Okay, I'm going to start by covering the sky with some clear water with our simple landscape. This is going to help the paint to flow and make our sky look smooth, be easier to blend. Here's I have my permanent marker or my image that's been copied onto watercolor paper, if that's the case. A permanent marker will also help me give borders and keep that paint where it belongs. So I'm going to go ahead and start by mixing some blue paint. And since in a landscape, the sky is always the darkest at the top, so I'm going to start at the top, painting that water across the top, that paint with the water. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water to my blue paint as I work my way down. We call this a graded wash. It gets lighter as it goes down. Adding more water, coming down further, adding more water to the paint till when I get down to the mountains, it's quite light. Okay. Sometimes you'll have some lighter areas that can look like wispy clouds. I can deepen some areas if I feel that I need to. The other thing I can do is I can even add some wispy clouds by taking a paper towel, scrunching it up a little bit, and just dabbing. Not too much, just a little. Drying off a little bit of those areas. Okay, so the foreground of our painting is going to be in here. And we're going to start with a bit of a bluish green, because blue is a color in landscapes that makes it look more distant or far away. So we want this area to look a little more blue, a little farther away, not as deep, rich green. And I'm going to paint down just about to this grass line here. Painting around my tree. Mixing a little bit more paint, that bluish green paint, coming down to the other side here. And kind of fading it down with some water. I can just put some water right on the paint to fade that line right there. Now, the area that's closer to me is going to be a little bit more defined, so it's going to be a deeper color. So I'm going to make that a deeper green and come down here with that deep color green, about where that grass line is. Kind of blending it up into the top color just a little bit. And making it even darker green as I get closer to the front. And you notice that that makes this part in the forward area look much closer than in the back area. Put a little bit of water on my paper to make it flow a little bit more smoothly. Grabbing more of that color. And when you get an area like this, you can either blend it or leave it. It looks a little bit natural, like a landscape might look, with some grasses that are coming up. I'm going to try to get that effect on this side as well. I'm going to kind of paint some of that deeper color in there and maybe tip it this way a little bit and pull some little grassy areas up with the very tip of my brush. And that's one of the ways that we can get that effect that looks like grass. Just very soft little pulls with the tip of my brush all in this area here. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone for now. I can go back and add some more color, but I want that to dry. I'm going to come up here and work on this distant mountain up here, just adding a little clear water so that the paper's not so dry. And I want that distant mountain to be purple. And you might think that's kind of silly because, you know, our mountain's purple. Well, if you look out at the mountains in the distance, you will notice that they do look purple because they're far away. Purple is a cool color, and cool colors make things look far away. So I'm going to add a little brown to my purple just to make them look a little bit more natural. A little bit of water so it's not too dark. I'm going to dab my brush on a paper towel and paint in that purple mountain there. Very far distant mountain. Okay, now the mountain in front of that, it's a little bit closer, but it's still kind of far away. So I'm going to paint it a blue. Mix that with a little bit of brown so it looks kind of natural. Enough water so that it's not too deep of a color. Dabbing it on my towel and going in and painting that mountain. Painting around the tree. And I see that some of my blue paint is kind of leaking up into the sky. So I'll try to repair that as best I can by taking my paper towel and just dabbing to try to lift that off. And I'm not going to worry too much about it if it's still there. The other mountain over here is a little bit warmer. It's a little bit closer. So I'm going to grab my brown, maybe mix it with some of that blue, maybe even a little green. Test out that color and see if I like it. Not quite what I want. I think I might go with a green instead, maybe a yellowy green. Tiny bit of brown. Let's try that out and see how we like it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Again, painting as best I can around the tree. Add a little bit of blue to that. Push it back just a little bit. More water to make it flow. And when I say adding blue to push it back, I'm not really actually pushing it physically. What I'm doing is making the color have it looked more pushed back into the background. And another thing that I like to do sometimes with the mountains to make them look interesting is take my paper towel, scrunch it up kind of like I did with the clouds, and just press and dab so that it just has some interesting texture. Okay, now I'm going to look at this area down here, and I think it needs a little bit of color. I like it to look like it has a kind of a bright highlight in yellow across the top of this area here. Just across that area. Maybe there's a row of pretty yellow flowers, or the sun is shining there. Not too much. There we go. Then I can come back and look at my trees here. So I know that this tree is farther away, so it's not going to be as deep of color as this tree. So I'm going to use kind of a similar color that I used for the mountain, kind of a bluish green. Paint my tree in with that. Again, I don't want it too deep in color. I might leave a few little white areas, and we call those highlights. What I can do, let's pull that down a little bit, is add a little bit of yellow in some of those areas. And just, you notice that it makes my tree look more interesting, because if you look outside at trees, you notice they're not all one color, are they? And I am leaving, as I said, some of that white area to be kind of a highlighty area where maybe the sun is shining on it, and it makes it just interesting. Okay, and then I'm going to go to this other tree down here. This tree is going to be deeper color, and one of the things I like to do to make kind of a natural green is I mix my green with a little bit of orange. And now orange is a warm color, so it's gonna, and remember, warm colors make things look closer. It's a much deeper color. The tree looks closer, it looks richer. Color has what we call depth value, a deeper tone to it. I also want to make sure I leave a few little highlighted areas here. So I'm going to think about where maybe the sun is shining on it, where it might be a little bit highlighted. And again, add a few little yellow spots and highlights to it here and there. I even like to add a little bit of orange, especially to this tree that's closer up, because as we know, orange makes things look closer. Here, I'm liking that. Next thing I'll look at is the trunk. So I'm going to go ahead and use my brown and make it a little watery so it's not too dark. Just coloring that one in, bring it down. Sometimes I'll take my paper towel, just dab it a little here and there. It looks like a nice little highlight on there. And if you're wondering what I mean by highlight, that's where the sun might be shining on the tree and it just looks a little brighter there. Do the same with here. My sun was shining from this direction, then the highlight would be on this side of this tree, right? And you notice that dabbing and leaving little bits of white here and there and adding some different colors, it makes it look interesting and not paint by number, right? It's not a color book. We're actually doing a piece of art. Okay, back here I have some foliage. It's going to be a similar color to what I did over here. And I could have done that when I was doing my other tree, but I didn't. It's going to be a little bit darker behind the house. There'd be like a little bit of a shadow there. So I make that a little bit blue, deepen it a little. Then I have my path, and for my path, I'm going to mix a little bit of brown with a little bit of red. Burn.